Hello, and welcome back. Today we bring you a story of love, loss, and hope, something that touches all of us, no matter our age. Imagine a couple who've built a life together for decades. Imagine the unexpected moment when everything shifts. Well, that's exactly what happened with television stars Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, but this isn't just celebrity gossip. It's a story that reminds us of all we hold dear: family, time, vulnerability, and the courage to keep going. Stay with me, because near the end you'll hear something that might surprise you and give you hope, even through the grief. So let's dive in. Our story begins many years ago. Kelly and Mark first met when they were both working on the soap opera All My Children. She already a familiar face, he a fresh newcomer. If you've ever loved someone and wondered how you ended up together, this is your kind of moment. Kelly has said that a casting director introduced Mark into the show, and unknowingly into her life. Without that chance meeting, she said, she wouldn't have her husband or her children. They married in 1996, built a family, and have been partners through careers, through changes, through time. It's the kind of story many of us in our 60s recognize: long marriage, shared history, ups and downs. But what happens when a relationship this deep meets a moment of deep sorrow? That's where our story turns. Stay with me. Despite the smiles, appearances can hide very real pain. Kelly and Mark recently opened up on their talk show about saying goodbye to a beloved family member. Not a person this time, but their dog, their companion, whom they had to put down after 17 years. For many of us, pets are part of our heart. Losing them is losing a piece of home. In that moment, Kelly said, it was simply grief. There was no sugarcoating it. And here's the thing, when one loss comes, sometimes it triggers others. Differences that were manageable become sharper. Questions once ignored begin to ask for answers. As they navigated that grief together, the foundation of their days shifted. But the story doesn't stop there. What Kelly revealed next blew more than a few fans away. Keep watching. Here comes the twist: the goodbye in the headline wasn't to Mark. It wasn't to Kelly. It was to something else. Something symbolic that represented a part of their lives coming to an end. In early 2025, the long-running daytime show Live with Kelly and Mark announced it would say farewell to the iconic studio space they had been filming in for decades. That studio wasn't just bricks and lights, it held memories, first episodes, anniversaries, family in the audience, laughter, tears. Mark went on Instagram to reflect emotionally about the move, acknowledging how much that physical place meant to them. Imagine, for a moment, that your home, your everyday backdrop, your place where memories lived, suddenly changes. What does that do to your sense of continuity, of comfort? For them, that goodbye was real. And then, what happens when you take your relationship into the workplace? That's our next point. Years into their marriage, Kelly and Mark took on a new challenge: hosting together. While they had worked together in various capacities, this was full-time. But it wasn't without friction. Kelly once shared that Mark was hesitant to take the job, worrying about the work-life balance and how it might affect their marriage. They now spend early mornings together, on live television, sharing jokes, anecdotes, working through the routine of a talk show. And as many couples in their 60s know, work and home overlap can bring challenges. For Kelly and Mark, the challenges went beyond schedule. They included preferences, habits, differences. For example, Kelly recently admitted on a podcast that her husband's preference for morning intimacy was disgusting, and how she managed to shift that. Now here's the cliffhanger: when two people share almost everything, career, home, laughter, sorrow, what happens when one says, "I can't do this anymore"? That leads us to the toughest moment. Here's where the tearful goodbye in our headline finds its meaning. It's not always a dramatic breakup, often it's a quiet, internal moment when the person you love says, "I'm hurting. I'm tired. I don't have the energy I used to." And for many couples our age, that's about health, about shifting roles, about unexpected turns. Kelly has spoken candidly about aging, about her fear that Mark wasn't aging at the same rate, and how that bothered her. And here's the surprise. While many expected the goodbye to be marital, in truth it was a moment of mutual acknowledgement,